Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly live show. I hope you are having a wonderful Thursday. It's crazy to believe we are halfway through the month of October and time is just flying by. And I'm excited to be here with you today. If you are new to my community, welcome. This is our weekly get together where we all hang out and talk all things related to music, business, entrepreneurship, and really developing our businesses from a place of ease and flow and alignment, so that we don't have to sacrifice our family life, our artistic dreams, and any other area of our quality of life. My name is Fabiana Claure, and I have an online program called the Musician's Profit Umbrella. And over the last almost 3 years now, I've been really working and envisioning a way to help musicians really live an empowered lifestyle and know that by them building a brand umbrella and combining all of their skills into a consolidated offer that is scalable, it's really the quickest and most scalable way for musicians to build thriving careers and really still be able to pursue their artistic projects, pursue everything else that they want in their life. So today we're going to be covering mindset, because mindset is really something that is so important as we think about building our businesses. By the way, if you are watching me, let me know, where are you watching me from? Where in the world are you? I can see some viewers here today. Welcome. And today I'm going to talk about how I overcame my limiting beliefs and grew my business. And it's really interesting because in the work I do coaching musicians, I oftentimes see them struggling with these limiting beliefs. And because it's been a while since I have been in that position of dealing with the limiting beliefs that I'm going to talk about today, I almost feel like I want to get in their heads and say, no, you're stopping yourself from succeeding. Let's get you over the hump. But then again, I remind myself, hey, I was there too once, and sometimes I confine myself, dealing with limiting beliefs still. But I want to talk today about some of the most important limiting beliefs that allowed me to start growing my business, and through that, to start seeing the results of what can happen for prosperity, for abundance, for alignment in my life. So one of the things that was probably the starting point of opening up myself to the online space was embracing the idea of becoming visible. I will say, I used social media on and off for, since it came about around late 2000s, right? When it started showing up in the world, 2007, 2008. I was a sporadic user of social media, and I used it to some extent, but I never really saw it as a tool to build my business that could really just change the direction of everything in my life. And when I started building my online business early 2020, almost 3 years ago now, I discovered that I actually needed to step into a new level of visibility and empowerment and be willing to share my journey and my story with the world in an effort to connect with my ideal clients, in an effort to share my message, in an effort to kind of put my stick in the ground, and to say, here's where I stand, here's what I believe in, here's what I think, I want to talk about, here are my values, here's what I want to be, solving, so to speak. And initially, I felt that hesitation. I was quite private in my online content, etc. And so I had to really do some soul searching, and really decide: do I want to really start building a movement? Right? Do I want to start creating the change that I know needs to happen? And how can I do this in a way that is genuine, that doesn't feel uncomfortable, and that really resonates with the people in my community, right? From a true or genuine perspective. And I started realizing that this business I was building, this movement I was creating of musicians creating prosperity, the program I was launching, the Musician's Profit Umbrella, was so much more than me. It was about the change I wanted to see in the world. It was about the impact I knew I could make in the musicians that I had been coaching. Up until that time, I was working as a university professor, mainly coaching hundreds of musicians every year in building and scaling their businesses as well, and helping them build and create businesses while in school. And so I was in this process of expanding and opening myself up to the rest of the world and building a new type of business where I could work with musicians all around the world. And so I knew that I was going to have to come out of my shell. And I was going to have to really start sharing my story, sharing the journey that I had gone through that brought me to that place of wanting to build an offer and wanting to serve musicians at a greater scale all around the world. And I'm not going to lie, initially I felt a little reservation. And this is something that I see now with the clients that I work with, right? One of the first things we do when we start working together is really tune into your story and figure out how are you going to talk about what you do in a way that really connects with your ideal clients, that draws them to you from a place of authenticity, right? And so I realized, I need to focus on the impact that this business is going to make, not so much on what people are going to think about me. What are people going to think of me, whether or not they're going to approve? All those limiting beliefs that we can oftentimes put in our head just to stop us from standing tall, just to stop us from raising the bar for ourselves in our lives, right? I had to do some soul searching to really ask myself, how bad do I want to make this program grow? How much do I want to change the lives of the musicians that I know I can change? How much do I want to change my life as a result of what this is going to do? And above all, what is the impact that this is going to make? And when I reached that realization, that epiphany, that it's not about me, it's about the impact that I'm going to make. It's about the changes that people are going to experience in their lives as a result of this program. It's about the amount of people that I'm going to be able to transform through the work that I'm going to be doing. That gave me the courage to finally commit and say, I am going to become visible. I am going to start creating content, becoming committed to building an email list. I had no email list. To sharing my perspective, my point of view, to teaching, to creating content that educates, inspires, and informs. All of a sudden, everything started making sense because I realized this is not about me. Yes, I am the vehicle for this transformation. I am the gatekeeper and hopefully the inspiration that is going to lead to the change I want to see. But this is so much more than just about me. This movement I'm creating, the business that I'm launching, the offer that I'm designing is really intended to change other people's lives, to help them transform themselves and step into a new way of empowerment. And so I need to focus on that. And so if you have been thinking about packaging your skills, building an online business, or scaling the business that you already have, and the idea of embracing visibility, of becoming more, present in the online space, of creating content, of all of these things that are associated with building an online business, feels daunting, you may be tackling with those same limiting beliefs that I had when I was in that same stage. And again, it's something I see happen all the time in the work I do with clients, right? So I want to encourage you to ask yourself, how can you see this from a different perspective? This is not about you. This is about the impact that your business is going to make on those around you. How can you focus on the problems that you know your ideal clients are struggling with right now? If you think about it, what are they dealing with? What are they struggling with? And what do I have as a solution? I know I have some way to help them achieve the result that they want. I know I can get them to their goals, but I have to be willing to show up and to become visible and to speak and to create a movement and introduce my perspective and my values and my story to the world in order for those clients to find me. It's not going to happen if you don't do that, right? So this is what I wanted to talk about today, is like, how can you be more in tune with those overcoming limiting beliefs that you might be telling yourself right now that are keeping you small, that are holding you back, that are maybe telling you reasons why. And let me tell you, we can be very analytical and logical in giving ourselves reasons why we should stay small. And how can you turn that around, not just because you want to do it for yourself, but really make it ultimately about the impact it's going to have on your clients and the lives that you are meant to change as a result of your skills, as a result of the lessons that you've learned in your own struggles, in your challenges, in your journey. How can you make it about that rather than about yourself? And if you think about it as musicians, right? It's the same thing when we're performing in front of an audience. I mean, I'm a concert pianist. So when I perform for an audience, I mean, yes, I get nervous. Yes, I feel the nerves, the adrenaline, the excitement, the rush. I mean, yes, I've worked on this all my life. I have a doctorate in piano performance, and I still get nervous, when I'm standing on stage, when I'm presenting. But the one thing that helps me conquer those nerves and learn how to better cope with that anxiety is focusing on the music, focusing on the beautiful gift that I've been given of learning an instrument, of being able to connect emotionally and channel music through my fingers, through the keyboard, through my heart, through my mind, and just be the vehicle, the medium between what a composer envisioned and wrote down on a piece of paper and an audience member that is coming for transformation. They're coming into the concert hall because they want to experience a feeling that they can't get anywhere else. They want, in a way, to fill their soul, to fill their heart, to connect, right? And so as performers, and I, share the perspective as a performer, I know that if you happen to be the performer and the composer, like my husband, who is both, it's even more, like it's even amazing how you can be both. But I'm just giving you the perspective as a purely performer, right? You're just the medium between what the composer envisioned and what the audience is coming to experience. But yet it's so easy to get caught up in our own head of like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. What are people going to think about me? What if I make a mistake, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's so easy to feel that it's about us, and yet it's not. And the more you can focus on that perspective, the easier your stage fright, your nerves can be handled. Of course, you have to be prepared for it as well. But when you look at it from that standpoint, that's when you can actually start mastering the experience on stage. At least that's been my perspective, my experience. In business, it's just the same. When you're building your business as a musician, focus on the ultimate, reason for what you're building. Don't allow any limiting beliefs to make this about you. It's about the impact that your business will make on others. And it's about you making peace with the fact that part of this journey will include you becoming visible, will include you sharing your story, will include you connecting with those around you so that they know you exist, so that they know you have a solution for their problems, right? And making peace with that. And I guarantee you, the moment you make peace with that and you're willing to do the things, everything else is going to be so much easier. So this is what I've got for you all. And I want to take a moment to also remind you that tomorrow I have a very, very special half-day virtual workshop prepared where I'm going to be presenting a half-a-day interactive experience on how to scale your business with simplicity. If you haven't yet joined, I want to encourage you to sign up. This is a completely free 4-hour event from 9 to 1 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, Friday, October 21st, where you can join me for a discovery on how you can, I'm putting the chat here, how you can grow your business, how you can scale your business in a way that does not continue taking all your time, that does not burn you out, that does not overwhelm you. I'm going to put it here in the chat. Here we go. Just go to fabianaclaure.com/discovery. And this is going to be a 4-hour immersive in some of the strategies that I use in scaling my business. This is ideally for musicians who are, already with clients, who already have an online business of some sort, whether it's a studio, private lessons or teaching or coaching or doing some sort of online, packaging of your skills. You sell your knowledge or expertise, and you may have some clients already, you're making an income, but you're just not able to scale it in a way that aligns with the lifestyle you want to build. You're overwhelmed, you're burned out, you're working too many hours, and even though you may be making some money, you're just completely burned out. So this is a workshop that is going to go deep into some of the strategies for building a more scalable business in a way that is not over complex, to help you put more of your career and business on autopilot while also multiplying your income. So if this is something that resonates with you and you'd like to join me for a half-day virtual workshop, check out this link, and I look forward to having you join us. tomorrow, Friday. And in the meantime, let me know what your key takeaways were from today. Let me know in the comments, what are you walking away with from this session? Where are you holding you back right now in your business development process, in your journey? What are those limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself that you can't because of? And how can you now start looking at it with a different lens and hopefully achieving better results? So go to this link, discovery, FabianaClaure.com, discovery/discovery, and register for my free 4-hour workshop tomorrow. I hope to see you there. And let's prosper together. Until next time, take care.